how you can create a role and assign to a user, how you can create a custom profile, even how you can create a user, how you can create a public group and use that in a sharing rule. If you wanted to learn all these different features, then please watch this video till the end, because in today's video all I'm gonna cover is different case studies where you can implement different levels of securities as a solution. Hi, welcome to my channel Tech Trivia. I'm Siddharth. So without any further delays, let's get started. So Genwatt has hired two new account managers, Wendy and Bob. And these two people are gonna report to you because you are working as an administrator and account director at Genwatt. So the first use case is Genwatt wants to ensure that account managers should not be able to log in Salesforce in their account before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. because these people are gonna follow the working hours 9 to 5, and that is from Monday to Friday. On Saturday, working hours should be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So they should not be able to log in before 10 a.m. and after 2 p.m. And on Sunday, these people should not be able to log in at all. So how can you do that? You guessed it right. You can use login hours setting for account manager profile. So let's quickly log in Salesforce, create a new role, a new profile, and two new users. And then we are going to configure a login hours for that account manager profile, and we're gonna see how it's gonna all work. All right, so once you are in, first we're gonna create new roles. So in setup menu, you can search roles in quick find box, and then click on roles, click on setup roles button, and on this page there is a link on the top, expand all. So click on that to view all of the available roles in your organization. Great. So now we are going to add a new role below VP North American Sales. Right. So if you notice, there is add role button. Sorry. If you notice, there is add role link. Click on add role, and then the label should be account director. Click on save, and then again click on the roles left hand side options, click on setup roles, and now you need to add a role underneath of account director. So there is add role link, click on that, and give the label account manager, and then click on the save. That's great. So you created two new roles, account director, and below that role you created account manager, right? Now let's quickly create a new profile. So left hand side where you typed role in quick find box, remove that and then type profile. Click on profiles, and then click on new profile button. So in the existing profile drop down, select standard platform user, and the profile name should be Janbot account manager. Click on the save. Great. So you created a profile which you're gonna assign to Bob and Wendy when we create those users. So now left hand side in quick find, just type user and click on users. Click on the new user button. All right, so first name, just type test. Last name, Wendy. And email address. Now you need to make sure you give your email address so that Salesforce can send you the reset password link in your on your email, right? So make sure you type your email address. And in the username, I would advise to just type Wendy, then plus sign, type your first name @test.com. Right, username has to be in email format, and also it has to be a unique value. So Wendy plus your first name @test.com. All right, right inside in the user license drop down, select Salesforce platform. In role drop down, select account manager. In the profile, select Janwatt account manager. Scroll down. We are not going to change any of other default settings. Leave them there, and make sure the checkbox at the end is checked that says generate new password and notify user immediately, and click on save and new because we're going to create one other user. All right, first name test, last name Bob, and use your email address so that Salesforce can send you the account reset password email. So and the username should be, you can type Bob plus your name @test.com. Right inside in the user license drop down, select Salesforce platform. Role should be the account manager, and the profile should be Janwatt account manager that we created. Scroll down and make sure the last checkbox is checked and click on the save. Great, so you created two new users, Wendy and Bob. Now feel free to pause the video and check your inbox. You should have received two emails from Salesforce that allows you to set a new password for Wendy and Bob, right? So make sure you set the password, and because Salesforce maintains single login session in the browser, so I would advise to use any other browser or incognito browser. Okay, so make sure your admin login stays in the browser that you are using, and for Bob or Wendy, use another browser. All right, so I hope you guys have set the password for those new to users. And so I also logged in incognito browser. And this is Bob's login. All right, so I already have admin login in Google Chrome, and then in incognito I have Bob's login. All right, so now let's set the login hours as per our requirement. You need to go back in the main browser. Yeah, you need to go back in the Google Chrome browser where you have system administrators login. And then if you are still on the users page where we created like Wendy and Bob, so there is a profile link, GenWhat account manager. So you can click on that, and if you are not on this page, in quick find left hand side you can search for profiles, click on profiles, and then click on GenWhat account manager profile. Once you are on this page, you need to go all the way down after all these object permissions, password policies, etc. And then you'll see there is a section login hours. Click on edit, and then set 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for Monday to Friday. And for Saturday, set 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And for Sunday, if you keep as none, user will be able to log in 24/7. So click on the drop down, select 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Right, so we are not letting users to log in on Sunday. Right, so let me quickly summarize. On this page, we are selecting login hours between which users of this profile should be able to log in. And we are setting 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday. And for Saturday, it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And for Sunday, we are selecting as 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Click on the save. Great. So now let's try to log in incognito and see if it allows you to log in or not. So because it's a Saturday for me, it's after 2 p.m. So let me quickly log out. Oh, it's logged out already. And let me copy Bob's username. And you notice it is not letting me log in, right? And so for you as well, if you are trying to log in outside of the hours we specified on the profile, you also will face the same error. You won't be able to log in, right? Great, so we are good with the first case study. We are restricting account managers to not access their Salesforce account before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday, before 10 a.m. and after 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, they will not be able to log in at all, right? They will not be able to log in at all. Great. All right. So now let's talk about our next case study. So Wendy is responsible for all those accounts which type is either customer channel or channel partner reseller. And Bob is responsible to work with those accounts which billing state is either California or New York. And Genwood is finding it difficult to share this specific accounts with these people. And currently, account owners are sharing their accounts with these two managers manually. So Genwood is interested to implement a feature that identifies accounts with the type of customer channel and channel partner reseller and with the billing address, billing state as California and New York, and automatically share these accounts with Wendy and Bob respectively. So how are you going to do that? Well, you know that using criteria based sharing rule, you can share accounts automatically based on the criteria that you define. But the problem is you cannot reference user directly in the sharing rule. So you need to create public group and then you want to add the user which you want to share data with in the public group, and then in your sharing rule you need to use that public group. So you need to follow the following steps to achieve the desired result. So number one, you need to add two public groups, one for Wendy, other one is for Bob. Then you need to add two sharing rules, one to share data with Wendy, other one to share data with Bob. So let's quickly log in Salesforce and build the solution. All right, so once you have logged in Salesforce, you need to go in setup menu. So click on the gear icon at top right corner and then hit setup. And in setup, left hand side in quick find box, search for public groups and then click on public groups. So first we are gonna create two public groups, one for Wendy, another one for Bob, and then we will be adding two sharing rules and we are going to use those groups in our sharing rule to share data with Bob and Wendy. So on this page, click on the new button and give the name account managers for channel partners customer. And click on this drop down and select users and choose Wendy and click on add, and then scroll down, click on the save, click on the new button once again, and the group label should be account managers for CA and NY. Click on the public groups drop down, choose users and select test Bob, click on add and then click on the save. Great, so now you have two public groups So next step is to create sharing rule. So left hand side, in quick find box, remove public, and then type sharing settings, and then click on sharing settings option. So as we wanted to add sharing rules for account, and if you notice, the OWD for account is set as public read write, so there is no point of adding sharing rules, right? Because the sharing rule can share accounts with the users that you wanted to share with, and the maximum access that you can give is public read write. So we are going to modify OWD and going to set private here. So click on edit, and for account and contract option, click on the drop down, choose private. So when you are changing account access, it is gonna impact opportunity access as well. So it says for opportunities and cases, it will set the private access. So click OK and click on the save. And once you refresh the page, maybe after a minute or two, you'll see that the warning in yellow box will get disappeared. So now you will be able to add sharing rule for account. Scroll down, in account sharing rules option, click on the new. The label should be share with account manager for channel partner and customer. In step 2, select based on criteria and click on the drop down, choose type. In operator, select equals and click on that lookup icon and choose customer channel and channel partner reseller. Click insert selected values, and in step 4, as we want to share this with one of our public groups, so leave that as public groups, and then click on the second drop down, select account manager for channel partner customer, and in step 5, leave the access for the other objects as it is. So click on the save, and the message says the recalculation of the sharing may take some time. You will be notified with an email once done. All right, now we want to add one other sharing rule. So scroll down, and then in account sharing rules, click on the new. Label should be share with account manager for CA and NY. In your step 2, again select based on criteria and click on the field drop down and select billing state and province. In the operator, select equals, and in the value just type CA. Again, in the second row, select billing state and province, equals, and just type NY. Now we are assuming that there will always be like 2 characters of state value, and therefore we are just checking like CA and NY, not California and New York, right? And you notice these two conditions are with and, but we want to check them separately, so we want to use or. So there is add filter logic, and once you click on that, select one or two. Scroll down, step number 4, share with public groups, and in the drop down select account managers for CA and NY. In step 5, leave everything as is, click on the save, click on OK. Great. So we added two sharing rules to share data, accounts data with Wendy and Bob appropriately. And now we're all set to verify our logic, verify our sharing settings. Now in case study 1, we added login hours restriction, and we are not letting Wendy and Bob log in into their account on Saturday after 2 p.m. And today is Saturday for me as I'm recording this video. So I need to remove that restriction so that I can log in as either Wendy or Bob and verify that the sharing settings are sharing accounts appropriately with these two users. So how you can remove the login hour restriction? Left hand side in quick find, just type profile, click on profiles, and in this list of profiles find Genwatt account manager profile, click on it, and if you scroll on this page there is login hours, click on edit, and for Saturday select none in the start time and none in the end time. So basically we are allowing users to log in on Saturday all the day. Great. So now let me open incognito browser and log in as a Bob and verify which accounts Bob can access. So after you log in as a Bob, click on the app launcher left hand side and then search for account. Click on accounts. And then click on recently viewed drop down and choose all accounts. And now you notice Bob is able to access only 3 accounts because only on these 3 accounts there is a billing state province is either CA or NY. Right? So now let's quickly log in as Wendy and verify what accounts does she access. Let's log out from this. So now I logged in as Wendy. Click on the app launcher and then type accounts. Select accounts. And click on the recently viewed drop down and select all accounts. And you verify Wendy is able to access all of those accounts where type is either customer channel or channel partners and reseller. Right. So right now we only see just 4 accounts. Let's go back in admin login. And then in app launcher, select accounts and then click on recently viewed option and then select all accounts. And basically we're going to change the type for one of the existing accounts, and then we're going to verify whether Wendy gets access to that account or not. So let's say there is this Acme account where type is blank. Let's click on the drop down and select channel partner and reseller. Click save. Great. Now go back in incognito browser where you have Wendy's login, and now if you click on this refresh icon at right inside of this table, and you notice now there will be 5 accounts. Okay, Acme appears here as the type for Acme is channel partner and reseller. So based on the criteria based sharing rule, account records are now shared with Wendy and Bob as per the requirement. Alright, so I hope this video will help you to understand how you can create a new role, profile, a user, how you can add a new public group, use the public group in sharing rule, etc. And if you are enjoying this video, then please like and subscribe. And if you have any specific suggestions, then add your comment on this video. And I think that is it for today. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week with a new learning topic. Happy learning.